Dear fans, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi has announced in a social media there would be a special session of Parliament starting from September 18th of this month for 5 days. This is the most unfortunate situation that without a discussion in the cabinet of bringing the agendas before the special session of the parliament, the parliamentary affairs minister has announced this statement in a social media is causing a concern for those who are having a love on democratic norms and procedures in Indian polity. The point herein is that the scheme of one nation, one election has been announced in the recent past so as to make India as a nation of not union of a state but union alone, without any state election and state legislative assembly elections in the near future or completely without any state election and state legislative bodies in the long run. This is the main agenda and aim of the central dispensation at this present point of time. The point herein is that the central dispensation, that is the BJP, is trying to achieve its goal of long-term goal of establishing a Hindu Rashtra by aligning certain nations together all along with the Indian territory. For doing so, it must be in a position to have a strong center without any states at all in the Indian territories. The point, one thing ought to be remembered by the viewers, that in 2019 all of a sudden in the parliament, without any discussion and debates on the abrogation of Article 370 special status to Jammu and Kashmir has been completely withdrawn, and the statehood for Jammu and Kashmir has been made into 2 union territories. Even after 4 years and 1 month, there is no election at all in Jammu and Kashmir, including Ladakh. But the central dispensation of very recently in the Supreme Court of India has agreed to bring in statehood and holding state election in Jammu and Kashmir, not in the near future but sometimes later. But it is not clear that either it would be 1 year, 2 year or 3 year or 4 years or 5 years. That is the situation that has been existing in a statehood that has been established since 2019 in Jammu and Kashmir. What would be the fate of these state election and state legislative assembly bodies in India is a big question mark. The point herein is that in the special session of the parliament, it is going to be placed this uniform civil code, women's reservation, that is 33% of women's reservation in parliament and state legislative assemblies, so as to divide the opposition parties. Already the Samajwadi Party, Janata Dal United and Rashtriya Janata Dal have vehemently opposed a reservation of 33% women in parliament and legislative assemblies, so as to divide the opposition parties in the near future, so as to win the elections 2020-24, and by that way it is going to make the Indian parliamentary form of democracy into presidential form of democracy by holding only election for union. That too, at that time only one party would be there, one nation, one party would emerge in, and there would be no opposition parties, no parliamentary form of democracy. That is the main agenda of the BJP's RSS backed ideology. This is the point of this video. Thank you so much.